Hello and welcome to the MCQ lecture series. In my previous lecture, I have covered MCQs with respect to International Monetary Fund. In today's class, I'll talk about some of the important multiple choice questions with respect to IBRD or World Bank. So let's get started. The first question is the long form of IBRD is dash, and the underlying options are A, Indian Bank for Regional Development. Second is International Bank for Regional Development. Third is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. And last is none of the above. So here the long form or full form of IBRD is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and therefore option C is the correct answer to this question. So here option C is the correct answer, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD. Let us move to the second question. The second question is IBRD was created at Bretton Woods Conference in dash year. In which year IBRD was created? At the Bretton Woods Conference. Even International Monetary Fund was conceived at Bretton Woods Conference. So let us look at the underlying options. The first is January 1944, second is March 1944, third is July 1944, and last is October 1944. So here it's a very factual thing. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development or IBRD was created at the Bretton Woods Conference in July 1944. So here option C, July 1944 is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope the question is clear. Let us now move to the next one, but obvious question. Where is the headquarters of IBRD? And the question is framed in this fashion. The headquarters of IBRD is located at dash. Where is it located? Whether it is at New York, whether it is at Washington DC, whether it is at Texas, or it is at Florida. So here the correct answer is the headquarters of IBRD or International Bank for Reconstruction and Development is located at option B, Washington DC. So here option B is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope the question is clear. Let us now move to the next one. The next is dash is the general name of a number of international organizations. Dash is the general name of a number of international organizations whose original body was IBRD. Whose original body was IBRD. What do you call that? What is the general name of these number of international organizations? Whether it is A, World Development Institutions, whether it is B, World Bank Group, whether it is C, Asian Development Bank, or D, none of the above. So here the correct answer is World Bank Group, or World Bank is the general name of a number of international organizations whose original body name was IBRD. So here option B, World Bank Group or World Bank is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope the question is clear. Let us now move to the next one. Obvious question is the number of members of IBRD, and the question is framed in this fashion. Dash countries are members of International Bank for Reconstruction and Development or IBRD. So let us look at the number of countries or the underlying options. First is 188, second is 189, third is 190, and fourth is 191. So here very factual sort of a question. The countries that are members of IBRD are, or the total number of countries who are members of International Bank for Reconstruction and Development are 189 countries are the members. So option B, 189 is the correct answer to this particular question. A very general or very sort of latest or current affair sort of a question is the next question. The latest member of World Bank is dash. Who became the latest member of World Bank? And the underlying options are A, Spain, B, India, C, Nauru, and last is Pakistan. So here again a very factual sort of a question, but you might get such questions which are from the current affairs sort of arrangement. So here the latest member of World Bank is option C, Nauru, Nauru. So that is the latest member of World Bank. I hope both these questions are clear. What is the total number of countries, or what are the total number of countries who are members of IBRD, and who became the latest member of World Bank? So here both these questions addresses to the same problem. So I hope the questions are clear. Let us now move to the next one. The primary function of World Bank was to make dash loans to governments for reconstruction and economic development. What kind of loans? The primary function of World Bank was to make dash loans to the governments for reconstruction and economic development, whether it is A, short-term loans, whether it is B, long-term loans, whether it is C, medium-term loans, or D, none of the above. So here the primary function of World Bank was to make long-term loans to governments for reconstruction and economic development. So here option B, long-term loans, is the correct answer to this question. Very important sort of a question. I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next one. The next one is, which of the following denotes the important roles of World Bank, the important roles played by World Bank, and the underlying options are A, promote liberalization of agricultural policies, B, provision of basic health services in underdeveloped countries or the member countries, C is access to universal primary education, and last is all of the above. So here if you look at the important roles played by World Bank, all these 3 points denotes to the important roles played by both explicitly or implicitly by the World Bank group. That means A, promotion of liberalization sort of agricultural policies, then we have provision of basic health services to member countries, then we have provision of universal access to education, and therefore option D, all of the above, is the correct answer to this particular question, which talks about the important roles of World Bank. Yeah, let us now move to, I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next question, which is again addressing the roles or sort of important roles of World Bank, and the question is, dash are the important roles of World Bank, and the underlying options are A, social protection through conditional transfer programs, then we have B, regulatory policy assistance for private sector, C is effective trade policy towards opening up of an economy or liberalization, and then all of the above. So here again all these 3 points relates to the important roles played by World Bank. That means World Bank not only helps in formulation of trade policy to move towards liberalization, but also helps in or gives assistance in framing regulatory policy for private sectors, and also certain social sector protections or social services with the help of conditional cash transfers to countries or to people living in least developed countries or underdeveloped countries. So here again option D, all of the above, is the correct answer to this particular question, which talks about the important roles of World Bank per se. I hope both these questions are pretty much clear. So in all we have seen 6 important roles played by World Bank, and they are A, promote liberalization of agricultural policies, B, provision of basic health services, C, provision of universal access to education, D, social protection through conditional transfers, then we have regulatory policy assistance for private sector, and last is effective trade policy towards opening up of economy or liberalization. So I hope these 6 important roles are pretty much clear. Let us now move to the next one. The World Bank Group consists of dash institutions. So World Bank Group is a collection of certain institutions, and what is the number of institutions? Whether it is A4, B5, C6 or D7. So here the World Bank Group consists of 5 important institutions, and therefore option B, 5, is the correct answer to this particular question. In the next question we are going to look at whether or not the options which are available to us constitute these 5 institutes of World Bank Group. Okay, so next question is, which of the following consists of the institutions that are a part of World Bank Group? So which of these following options which are available to us constitute or consists of the institutions which are the part of World Bank Group per se? So whether it is whether IBRD or International Bank for Reconstruction and Development a part of World Bank Group, IFC, I'll talk about the long forms of IFC and IDA and MEGA in the following question, so I'm not giving you the full forms here. So IBRD, we have seen what is the long form of IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IFC, IDA, MEGA, and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So these are certain options available to us. We have to select the correct answer. That means we have to understand and we have to look at all these options and then select the correct option here, which will help us to answer the question that which of the following institutions constitute the World Bank Group or are the members of the World Bank Group. So let us look at the first option, ABC, that means IBRD, IFC and IDA. B, C, D, that means IFC, IDA and MIGA. Then we have C, D, E, that means IDA, MIGA and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. And last is all of the above, that means IBRD, IFC, IDA, MIGA and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So here we have seen in the previous question that there are total 5 institutions which make up the World Bank Group, and here we have highlighted all of these 5 important institutions. That means option 4, all of the above is correct. That means IBRD, IFC, IDA, MIGA and International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes all form the core, or all are these institutions which are part of the World Bank Group. Okay, so I hope this question is pretty much clear. Very important question with respect to World Bank Group. I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next one, which is, all these questions are long form sort of a question which will address the long forms of all these 3 important institutions. The first question is, what is the long form of IDA? Whether it is International Development Association, whether it is Indian Defence Association, whether it is Indian Development Agency, or none of the above. So here the long form of IDA is International Development Association. That means option A, IDA is International Development Association. I hope this is clear. Let us now move to the next one, which is again a long form or full form sort of a question, wherein I am addressing the full form of IFC. And the question is, what is the long form of IFC? And the underlying options are A, International Finance Community, B is International Finance Corporation, C is Indian Finance Chamber, and last is none of the above. So here again the long form or full form of IFC is International Finance Corporation, and option B is the correct answer to this particular question. I hope both these questions are clear. IDA is nothing but International Development Association. Here IFC is nothing but International Finance Corporation, and now we have the last one, which is called as MIGA, and the question is, what is the full form of MIGA? And the underlying options are Migration in India and General Association. Then we have Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. Then we have Migration and General Insurance Agency, and last is none of the above. So here again option B is the correct answer. That means Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, or MIGA. That is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer to this question, which is asking about the long form or full form of MIGA. So IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Then we have IDA, wherein it is International Development Association. Then we have IFC, which is International Finance Corporation, and then last is MIGA, wherein Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency. Option B was the correct answer. So I hope all these important institutions of the World Bank Group are pretty much clear. These are the 4, and the last is International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So these are the important 5 institutions which collectively form the World Bank Group. I hope questions with respect to, these are initial questions with respect to World Bank or IBRD, and I hope these are pretty much clear. In the next class I'll talk about the management of World Bank per se, who are the governors, board of executive directors and all these things. So please stay tuned for more. Thank you.